What's good, family? It's your boy Big L, man. Just want to holler at y'all for a few minutes. I know it's been a few minutes since I've actually done a forum blast. I've been really trying to actually do some work in the community, man, build some things. But I realize that there is still an audience that needs to hear the truth in regards to what's taking place within America in regards to black folk. Everybody and their mama by now has seen the footage of what's taking place within McKinney, Texas, in regards to the pool incident. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time rehashing it for you, family. It's just a simple Google click to view and see what is taking place there, man. Take a few moments and check it out. Now, first off, let me give you some background. First thing is, there's been a long and evil, vile history in regards to black people and white people being in the same pool, which some of y'all is just going to be thinking like, what the hell? Yeah, there's been tons of historical evidence with this country in regards to us being in the water together, whether it's the beach, whether it's a pool. There's something about those type of areas that sets white supremacy off. They don't be feeling that. They don't like that. And one of the things that really bothers me is not even the fact of what white supremacy has done or what they continue to do. My biggest bone of contention nowadays is with black folks and how we are responding to these things. We're responding to these things consecutively, continuously, and consistently as if these damn things are new phenomenons. With every new incident, with every new symptom of systematic white supremacy, I have so many black people who are acting as if this is new, as if all of a sudden white supremacy, white folks, those ones who are involved in these incidents particularly, are just all of a sudden just became racist white supremacists. All of a sudden, there's some of y'all are acting like there's a shift that took place. That all of a sudden, this country doesn't like black folks. So let me explain it to you. We had a group of white supremacist folk kidnap Africans out of their homeland in Africa and brought them to this country for the sole purpose of using them as labor to create an economic base in order for those white folks to remain in power and to continue to grow in power on the backs of black folk. Okay? So then you have slavery, which was a system, a economic system. Slavery was a monetary system. It was more about money than it was the fact that black folks had darker skin. It was about money. So you have this conditioning, this mental conditioning, this emotional conditioning, this sexual conditioning that took place from the, and hold on, let me go back. This spiritual conditioning that took place towards and against black folks at the hands of white people. This is historic. Everybody and their mama should have this basic understanding. So then you have quasi freedom given to black folks when they really wasn't free. They went from one form of oppression to another form of oppression, which would be Jim Crow segregation, which underneath Jim Crow, this country put in place laws and rules and institutions to keep these now quote unquote free black people in a submissive, subservient, oppressive state. So you had two systems where black folks were oppressed: slavery, Jim Crow segregation. Those laws and things that took place there in those particular horrible, horrible, and peculiar institutions have never shifted. They've never changed. There's never been some mass control alt delete to those systems to rid the 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 systems of potentially allowing and sprouting off into the symptoms that we see taking place today with piss poor education systems, because the education system from Jim Crow segregation was put in place for blacks to remain in a subservient, submissive position. It wasn't, nothing in this country has ever been done on a mass scale from this American government for blacks to have a firm footing equally. And when I say equally, I'm not just talking on some social equality type stuff where we're able to, drink from the same fountain, eat from the same damn tables, eat from the same counter, be able to have sex with white folk. Because don't discount the sexual aspect here. Okay, the sexual access that, don't discount that. Okay, please don't discount that. But I need y'all to begin to ask the question, at what point in time in this country did black folks achieve equality? Which, at what point in time? So we're under this illusion of inclusion now, that just because we are able to quote unquote integrate socially, that everybody is okay with us, that this country still doesn't have laws, structures, and institutions that are in place to keep black folks in an oppressed state. So it's like now I see black folks on social media and having conversations where they're all up in arms over symptoms of a system instead of being upset with the system. So what they'll do is they'll end up fighting the symptoms instead of the source of the system symptoms, which is the system. You understand what I'm saying? If you're being shot at, you're not just going to stand there and treat the bullet holes. You're not going to do that. What you're going to do is A, get the hell out of range of the person who is shooting from you. Okay? Then begin to treat your bullet wounds. Then you're going to do whatever you can to make sure that you can't be shot anymore. But right now, what black folks are doing is the equivalent of standing in range, being shot at and being shot, and not doing anything to move as a collective to get the hell out of that situation. And the problem is, many of you guys still are underneath this illusion that this country gives a damn about you on a mass scale. And that's just not reality. And I don't know how many times, in how many ways, that you guys are going to get to see that this country doesn't give a fuck about you. And the bigger thing is, you don't need them to, black folk. You don't need them to care about you. You can't shame or convince white supremacy to treat you better. You can't shame, convince, create enough logical arguments for white supremacy to give a damn about you. But what you can do is you can take your collective power, your collective resources, your collective passion, come together, unify, and build something of your own. And that's going to involve a level of separation from the dominant white society. Meaning there's going to be some things where you do specifically and exclusively for black folk. Now, I'm not in any of this damn, spell to think that because, the spell that we're all going to one day, all black folks are going to unify and we're going to be sitting together singing Kumbaya and we are the world and we made it through and we've made it across. That's bullshit. Because, man, everybody ain't going to make it. Everybody ain't going to come along. Everybody don't want the hell to come along. You got more black folk, man, who want to work and find their home and their safety and their safe haven within the bowels of white supremacy than it seems those who are trying to escape that system. And I spent quite a few minutes, man, talking about white supremacy. But let me tell you, black folk, you have a responsibility in this. You have the ability to fight through this. It does not have to be the way that it is. It does not have to be the way that it is. You can make a change. You can do some things to make this situation different. Most of these folk, man, I be seeing on social media, I be like, yo, are you active in your community? Building something and putting something together? Or is your only form of fight keystrokes? Now, I don't ever expect everybody to be on some Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King type stuff. Everybody's not a leader. I'm not underneath that spell either. Is everybody's not a leader. But if you're black and you see what's going on in the world, don't you want to do something? Don't you want to do something different? Yeah, I know. And some of you don't know. Some of you want to do something different, but some of you just don't know what to do. And I can dig it. I can dig it, man. Stay tuned, man. Continue to check in here with the forum with your boy Big L. And guess what? As I always do, I'm going to be providing solutions for you, ways for you to be involved, ways for you to do things, man. Stay tuned. And family, whatever you do, remember, quitting is not an option. We must fight. Love you. It's your boy Big L with another Forum Blast, man. I'll holler at y'all later.